Yo, this is Soul Drum 86 bringing you another video. And I just want to start off by saying that I'm not going to keep you guys in anticipation. I'm not going to build up anything. I am just going to say right now that I will be collecting every single Street Fighter Jada toy that comes out. Every single Street Fighter Jada toy that comes out, I will be getting. As you all know, I mostly collect wrestling figures. I have a lot of stuff. I have like NECA, some SH figure arts, Mayfex, stuff like that. Got some Hasbro. But lately it's just been all wrestling and DC McFarlane. McFarlane multiverse stuff. And that's the main two that I collect. I go back and forth. I gotta add this to it. I've had my eye on these Street Fighter figures for a while. And for a long time, like when they first released, I wasn't seeing any of them in stores. Apparently, they're supposed to get better at that the next wave. But I will say, about every Target in my area that I go to, and when I say my area, I mean even Targets that are like about 30 minutes away, they all have been having a ton of these Street Fighter figures in stock lately. There's been a lot of them. Like there's been uh, a lot of the Fei Long, Ryu, Chun Li, like all of those characters, I see a plethora of now, as opposed to when they first released. So I did end up picking this up at Target. Man, this is dope. Like one of my biggest complaints with like video game action figures is that a lot of the lines that make these figures, they're always so expensive. I've always wanted to get the SH Figure Arts Street Fighter stuff, but it was always too expensive. I was like, I don't want to pay that much, man, for that. It's ridiculous. Now, McFarlane did his thing with the Mortal Kombat figures to a certain extent. Like, they're not the best. Like, they're good. A lot, like, some are better than others. So those are affordable fighting game figures, but there's just, I don't know. There's something about them where it's like they're good. Don't get me wrong. Like Kodo Khan is one of my favorite ones from the Mortal Kombat line that McFarlane did, but like a lot of the other ones, you could definitely tell the difference between like the Storm collectible, which I do own a few of the Storm collectible Mortal Kombat figures. They're Storm collectible Street Fighter figures, but Storm collectibles is expensive. You're looking at spending like $80 or more for a figure. That's why I only have I have four. I have four Storm collectible Mortal Kombat figures, and then on top of that, it took them a long time to start making like the regular characters. Like how do I want to say it? The non ninja characters. It was always weird to me that they kept. I mean, they just came out with the Liu Kang not too long ago, and that was teased like years ago. I don't know what was the holdup with that. They still don't have a Johnny Cage. They don't have a Sonya. They don't have a Jax. It's weird. They keep making all of the ninjas, which I get it, but like people do like other characters in Mortal Kombat. But anyways, this is about Street Fighter, and Street Fighter has always had some expensive figures as well. Just as of late, so it's nice to be able to pick up in the store something like this for like $25. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It comes with an extra head. Then he comes with two hands, which are very cool. Then he comes with the flame effect for his kick move. So it's awesome. I love this, man. I love this. Now, Fei Long and Liu Kang are my favorite characters. Martial Law is one of my favorite characters in Tekken because they all are inspired by Bruce Lee. They've changed the looks to Martial Law over the years, but like for the most part, you already know what his inspiration is. Liu Kang, same thing, especially in the first Mortal Kombat was when he looked most like Bruce Lee. I really wish they would have never got rid of that look. He started looking okay still with the the red and black pants and everything, but I like Liu Kang when he looked like like how Fei Long looked. This is awesome. Like, and then plus I do have a Bruce Lee figure, but it's not the best. It's the Diamond Select. I never got a chance to get the SH Figure Arts Bruce Lee figure, even when it became affordable, because at one point it was like 30 some dollars, which for an SH Figure Arts and it's Bruce Lee, that's not a bad deal. But I kept passing on it. So that was on me not getting that Bruce Lee figure. But Fei Long being one of my favorite, if not just my favorite period in Street Fighter. I like a lot of characters in Street Fighter, but Fei Long, that was my dude. And this was the one that I had to get first. I've seen Ryu at the stores. I've seen Chun-Li, but I had to get my boy first, man. And the articulation, everything on this guy is more than you would expect. And they can give you this type of quality at such a at such a reasonable price. To get this type of quality, man, it's nice. It's really, really nice, because I don't know about you guys, but I don't always like spending that much for fig. I haven't really spent a lot of money on a figure in a long time, other than the 2-pack of the Batmobile and Batman, and that was $75. But you got a vehicle and a 7-inch scale Batman to go with that vehicle. So that price, not only was it a good price, it was warranted. I don't expect to spend cheaper than what I spent for that Batmobile. So to be able to get a Street Fighter figure of this caliber for the price, I don't think you could really ask for much more, man. And again, this is in that category of like, yeah, this figure is damn near perfect. I've been posing this guy around. He's so fun to pose. Like, that's the cool thing about like certain figures that like you get and you just have so much fun posing them around. I do have a video coming up soon where I'm going to do a review of Black Manta from the Aquaman movie. Oh, real quick. Yeah, the new Aquaman movie was something else. It wasn't that good. I'm not gonna get into too many details, but the first one was light years better. Light years better. What was cool though about the movie, and it didn't last long enough, was the last fight when it was Black Manta versus Aquaman. That fight they had underwater was like chef's kiss, but it just didn't last long enough. Like, I'm spoiled from Man of Steel. I like how long that last battle was between Zod and Superman. And I don't know why a lot of people don't do that these days. Like, the last battle is not really that long in a lot of superhero movies when you really think about it. But Zack Snyder, like, that last what 45 minutes was one big battle, but then his fight, just him one-on-one with Zod, lasted a long time. That should have been what they did in Aquaman, because the way him and Black Manta were fighting was crazy. Okay, I know this video is going all over the place and talking about different things, but I was talking about the posability. Certain figures just make you want to just like pose them around a lot. Because I kind of have that effect with the Black Manta, the movie Black Manta figure from DC McFarlane. I will be showing that off in the video. That figure is fun as hell to play around with. And this one is too, man. Just doing all kinds of poses. It's just like, it's so slick. And taking off the hands to this guy is super easy. Super easy. Love it. All right, let's. All right, hold on just a second. I want to put the fist over here so I don't have to keep reaching over when I get ready to pose them back. All right, so let's do this off camera. I'm going to try to, as best of my ability, let's see, trying to get that video game stance as close as possible. You know what I mean? Let's do this. Let's do this. So, bam. I hope he stays. And he's standing. Is he standing on the mat? I'm very surprised that he's like standing on the mat, man. This is pretty impressive. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. All right. Yeah. It's awesome. So, you know, he's got that good pose when he's in the fighting stance. I dig it. I dig it. You know how they bounce around in Street Fighter. I like it, man. I really, really like it. This is I don't know, man. I can't ask for much more, man. Again, for the price, I can't ask for much more. I dig this so much. Um and how let me see. I'm trying to remember how the pose is when he's doing that kick. It's like I can't remember like how his arms are, but it's like yeah, this is hard, man. I like it. This effect fits on his leg like smooth as butter. You ain't got to fight with it or nothing. You ain't have to fight with it or nothing, man. Now, it's not a big deal, but I will say, like, if there is a nitpick, right? If there's a nitpick I have, it is the ab crunch. He can move, as you can see, but he does eventually start to like go back. So it's not something that like it's not something that stays, the ab crunch. But trying to get it to focus up a bit. But yeah, I think that's cool. I think that is cool, man. Let's see. There's some other like on a harder surface, he can act. Oh, he's actually doing it now. Man, he is standing up pretty good on this, man. This is my first time posing him on this mat, and he is actually staying up. Kind of have one foot flat, one foot. He's up on his tippy toes, and he is staying up, man. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Staying up, man. That's nice. I thought he was gonna be falling all over the place during this review. I really did. I'm so happy I bought this. I'm so happy I bought this. I swear I've been thinking about ever since they showed him. I was like, yo, Jada Toys got Street Fighter figs coming out. I kept trying to check Big Bad Toy Store. Big Bad Toy Store kept being out of them. Or not out of them, but the release date kept changing. They kept putting a release date up. This was like back in like the summer, and then it would be like, oh, it's not June anymore. It's it just kept doing that. So I was like, you know what, man, forget it. Then I wasn't seeing them in stores, and I was like, okay, when I see them, I'll get them. And I saw them, and I didn't get them. And I've been seeing them, and I didn't get them. And I've been wanting them, and I was like, man, do I want to jump down this rabbit hole? It's only 3 of them out so far. It's not necessarily a rabbit hole yet. And then I messed around and watched Strident's video. And he was showcasing like a lot of the new figs that he was getting. And he I think Strident has all of them now. And he showed off Chun-Li. And when he showed off Chun-Li in that video, that's when I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me go ahead and get him. So yeah, I ended up getting this, man. This is dope. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna get the rest of them. I'm gonna get all of them, man, because I like Vega. I'm a huge fan of Vega. Got to get Ken. If you got Ryu, you got to get Ken. But this is awesome. Head movement is pretty dope too. He's got like the head moves, and then there's also his neck has movement, so he can get a good range back there without having to move his torso. He can just look that far in the air. He can look down pretty far. Like his chin almost like, look at that. That's sweet, man. That is sweet. Like, if you are a fan of Street Fighter or you are a fan of Bruce Lee and you want to make this Bruce Lee, man, you can go ahead and do that. They do have a Bruce Lee anime coming out. So this figure, even though they'll make a figure off of that, I'm pretty sure, this figure definitely, I mean, like, if you guys can see like how easily I am moving his joints, whoo, I'm just telling you, nothing on this figure is loose, which is a big plus. Nothing at all on this fig is loose. This is dope, man. I like this a lot. This is hard. All right. See what I'm saying, man? Look. You see what I'm saying? Like, let's look at this, man. It does have a thigh cut as well. This is dope. See, there's so many different things you can do. But like I said, like the torso, like, see, it kind of goes back, you know what I mean? That's a little bit of a downer, but if you finagle it enough, you can do some things with it. You can do some things with it. All right, let me see something real quick. Now I have been able to do this, but on a hard surface. So we'll see if the ring hasn't been disappointing me yet with the pose and him being able to stay upright. Come on, Fei Long. Come on. You've been doing so good. Is it going to be harder to do? I think it's going to be harder to do. He can stay up like this. I don't have anything like of a hard surface for him to stand on next to me right now. But he can stand like this. I've done it plenty of times. Just in that kicking stance. Yeah. Pretty sure this is what one of the kicks look like in the game too. Pretty sure. Now I don't know. This might be my favorite video game figure. This I wish we could get this with Mortal Kombat stuff. I'm just saying. I would love to have like a Johnny Cage. I mean, like, granted, like you could do this with a lot of the Storm collectibles have good articulation, but again, it's Storm collectibles, man. At the end of the day, when you buy so many of those, you're spending a lot of money. you're spending a lot of money just for one. Just for one, you're spending a lot of money, man. So this is really good, and I like this. I honestly haven't used his other facial expression. I don't feel like it's really necessary. His mouth is only open a little bit. So it's like, it's not that different to where I'm like, oh, I got to use this. Now I'm glad that we have it, but Fei Long is pretty expressive in the game, especially certain moments, like when he wins. Oh, like wait a minute, uh, because he's got some screaming facial expressions in the old school Street Fighter games. But when he wins, and again, I got to look all of this stuff up. I didn't like, refresh my memory before doing this video, but I'm pretty sure that when he wins, and I'm putting him in his pose right now, I'm pretty sure he has a winning animation where he's like this and he's like shaking and like screaming. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. I used to use Fei Long all the time. Like I said, it's my favorite character. Anybody that was like Bruce Lee, they were my favorite characters in these games. Like, that's just simple as that, man. Like, I'm pretty sure when he won, he would do something like this, but his mouth was open. Like he was doing like the Bruce Lee like yell and all of that. Now his head does shake. His head does shake a little bit, but I think it's still all good. It's nothing bad. It's like his head does like shake if you shake the figure, but his head isn't like loose at the same time. If that makes if that makes any sense, I don't know. But my final verdict on this guy is he's dope. I'm actually happy that they decided to go with Fei Long being in the first wave of these figures. In a way, for me personally, it's an interesting choice. I thought he would come later. I thought the first wave would be like Ryu, Ken, and Chun-Li. That makes more sense than putting him first, but I dig it. I dig it. So yeah, man, this is finally a good opportunity to not only get some good Street Fighter figs, but to get some good and affordable Street Fighter figs, man. I'm all about like, look, man, with this type of hobby, I'm all about spending the money wisely and you know, being picky and choosy. I pretty much have preached that since I started my channel and started doing like the figure stuff. I've always preached like make sure what you get is something that you dig, you know. I honestly try not to, if you're gonna get something, like I had been eyeing these for a long time and I just wasn't getting them, but I was like, you know what, I'm sold. You know, if you feel like that, go ahead and do it. But one thing I would recommend is don't get something because you're seeing other people get it. Don't get it like don't get it because of that. Those reasons can also take you down a rabbit hole because then you'll be like, I'm just getting this because it looked cool. No. For the most part, you always want to make sure you get some stuff that you really like. If it's nostalgia and the figure is good, go ahead. I mean, damn near everything in my collection is based off of I love the character. It's from a movie that I like, and I love that character from that movie. Like I got Terminator stuff. I love RoboCop. Y'all see me talk about the RoboCop video game. I love RoboCop. I got 2 RoboCops. I didn't even need to get the second one. I just wanted to get it because it had that look from like RoboCop 2. So I was like, yeah, let me get that. I got the Ninja Turtle stuff. Love Ninja Turtles. Still loved it growing up. So I got the NECA Turtles from the first movie. I got Splinter, Shredder. Like everything I got is something that I loved as a kid or something that I still even like now. So that's like the best way to collect my wrestling figures. There's a reason why you see a lot of old school stuff, man. That's what I gravitate to. So yeah, that's just kind of like a little, I always do that every once in a while. If somebody's new to collecting, like you definitely want to make sure you're getting the stuff that you want, just so you're not just getting any and everything, you know. You're being a little bit more cautious about it, but you're making sure that it's something that like, hey, yeah, I dig this, and this is definitely something like I'm a Street Fighter fan, Mortal Kombat is my favorite fighting game, but I am a Street Fighter fan, and yeah, your boy is gonna have to get maybe not all of them. I'm not probably gonna get all of the characters. Let me not say that, but I will be getting a lot of them. I'm just saying. Yeah, I will be getting a lot of them, man. This I'm happy about these figs. It took a long time, but they're here now. They are here now. So yeah, I recommend this. If you don't, if you were on the, if you're just, I wasn't even really on the fence about it. I just wasn't getting them yet. It took me a long time to see them. And a lot of the times when I've talked about this before, when it takes me a long time to see figures and they're kind of difficult for me to get at first, I usually just kind of lose interest or I say, you know what, forget it. But Strident's video did kind of like, I was like, you know what, I've been seeing them still, and I'm just gonna get them because I wanted them to begin with, so I'm just gonna get them now. And my cat is meowing, and I don't know why she is meowing. So I guess I gotta go see what's up. Guess I gotta go see what's up. So I don't even know if y'all can hear her on camera, but yeah, she is meowing like crazy. And I think she's meowing for my wife, but she's being kind of loud and it's disturbing me in this video. But I'm gonna shut this video down anyway, man. That's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for tuning into this video that lasted about 27 minutes of me just, saying how dope this figure is, but it really is. It really is dope, man. Like, I really dig it. So yeah, like I said, man, I highly recommend this. I will say that I highly recommend this, but that's only if you're a Street Fighter fan. I would even say if you're a Bruce Lee fan and you don't want to spend a crazy amount, you want a good Bruce Lee figure, this literally, you could tell somebody that this is Bruce Lee, but like an animated version of him. So if that's the case, I would recommend getting it. But yeah, only if you're a Street Fighter fan and you want a good Street Fighter. But if you already got the SH figure art stuff, then don't pass on this whole wave. Don't get the Jada stuff too if you already got the SH figure arts. This is more, to me, this is more so for people who don't feel like paying that big price. Yeah, go ahead and do that. These are awesome. I love them. I love them. I love them. So yeah, I will be getting more and videos will be coming. So stay tuned. This is your boy Soul Drum 86 and I'm out. Thank you for tuning in as always. Peace.